Welcome to Bible Story Time, and thank you for joining us. Today we turn to what many consider the greatest short story ever told. It's a parable that Jesus told to explain the very heart of God. It's a story for anyone who has ever felt far from home, and for anyone who has ever felt their hard work was taken for granted. This is the parable of the prodigal son. Jesus begins, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one came to his father and made a shocking, deeply offensive request.
Father, give me my share of the estate."
In that culture, this was the same as saying,
Dad, I wish you were dead. I don't want you, I just want your stuff.
and the father, in an act of staggering and painful grace, agreed. He divided his property and gave the younger son his share. A few days later, the young man packed his bags and set off for a distant country. There he wasted his entire fortune in wild, reckless living. He chased every pleasure, fulfilled every desire, and lived for himself. But the party eventually ends. A severe famine struck the land, and he found himself in desperate need. He was so broke that he hired himself out to a farmer who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. For a Jewish boy, this was the ultimate rock bottom. He was unclean, starving, and utterly alone. The hunger became so agonizing that he longed to eat the very pods the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. And in that stinking, desperate pigsty, the Bible says, he came to his senses. He remembered his father's house, where even the hired servants had food to spare. He decided to go home. He rehearsed a speech, a humble confession. "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." He didn't expect to be a son again. He just hoped to be a slave. So he got up and started the long journey home, cloaked in shame and smelling of pigs. And this is where the story turns. The Bible says, "But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him." The father hadn't forgotten. He hadn't moved on. He had been watching the horizon every single day, hoping. And when he saw the familiar silhouette of his boy, he was filled with compassion. This dignified elderly man did something shocking. He hitched up his robes and he ran. He ran toward his broken, filthy son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son started his rehearsed speech.
Father, I have sinned.
But the father wasn't listening to the confession. He was too busy celebrating the return. He called to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." It wasn't just forgiveness. It was a radical, complete restoration to sonship. But remember, there were 2 sons. The older brother was out working in the field. As he neared the house, he heard music and dancing. He called a servant and asked what was going on. "Your brother has come home," the servant replied, "and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound." The older brother became furious. He refused to go inside. His father came out and pleaded with him. But the son answered, "Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him." His words revealed a heart that was just as lost as his brother's. He saw his relationship with his father as a transaction, a job. He had been living in the father's house, but his heart was in a distant country of bitterness and self-righteousness. The father's reply is gentle and heartbreaking. "My son," he said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours." But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. This isn't just a story about 2 sons. It's a story about the heart of God the Father. It shows us there are 2 ways to be lost. You can be lost in a distant country through rebellion and sin, like the younger son. Or you can be lost in your own backyard through pride, duty, and a joyless heart, like the older son. But the Father's invitation is the same to both. Come inside. Come to the party. His love is not based on our performance. He isn't waiting with his arms crossed to punish us. He is watching the road, ready to run, ready to embrace, and ready to celebrate our return. The good news of this parable is that no matter which son you are, the runner or the resentful one, the Father has left the party to come and find you. All you have to do is come home. Thank you for watching Bible Storytime. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These ancient stories still breathe life, because no matter how far you've run, the Father is always watching the road for your return.